Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yeah, we got a few clouds around, some wind, and supposed to get chilly this weekend. Next Monday, for the night, it's going to go below freezing. So I'm going to have to get into my garden before that and pick whatever tomatoes are on the vine before they get hit by the frost, because they won't make it and it'll just ruin the tomatoes. So I'll get them indoors where I can use them. So one of my neighbors today contacted me, and he had a little task for me to do with my welder. So I took care of that, and he asked me, hey, can you use these? And he sent me a picture, and it's as strange as can be. Just the day before, I was watching videos about it and thinking, I gotta build me one of those. So I said, yes, 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 I want those. What are you, reading my mind or what? And he brought them down to me today. So I'm going to show you what they are. I'm sorry, I hope the wind isn't bothering you too much. It is windy out here. But this is what he brought me. Yes, some tanks. A couple of CO2s down there. And then this big recapture tank has 3 valves on it for recapturing different gases like Freon and that stuff. And I've opened them all. They're all empty. So I've already loosened and taken out these valves, each one of them. And I'll leave them in there so I don't lose them. But yeah, I've even taken out the center one here, which looks like some type of a pressure relief valve. That's pretty interesting. But what am I going to make, right? Well, since I have no money to build my cabin yet, and I have no money to do anything else yet, I can't finish the garden house, I can't finish the chicken coop extension, because it all takes money, and don't have any. Thank you, Captain Crazy, and your minions of idiots. Anyway, what I'm going to build out of this is a waste oil burner. A waste oil burner and heater. And I'm going to use it for the shop. So I go out in the shop out here in the wintertime and it's freezing cold, and I say, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm going back in the house. Instead, I'll just light this thing off and heat the shop up and let it go from there. So yeah, I have waste oil because I change the oil in my van on a regular basis, and that means that there's always some waste oil around. And then I have a deep fryer where I like making my French fries and that stuff in the house, and the vegetable oil, of course, goes bad after a while, so it's got to be changed out. So I have bottles of vegetable oil. So any type of oil in the waste oil burner will burn and make heat. So you can use motor oil, you can use transmission fluid, you can use vegetable oil, peanut oil, safflower oil, doesn't matter. If it's oil, it'll burn. So yeah, I want to build one of those. So these little tanks here, what I've seen guys use those for is a round anvil for when you're hammering out and shaping metal. You have those 4 legs on those, so it's like an anvil and it sits on the ground, and then you can put your metal on there and get your hammer out and start pounding it and shaping it. So that's what I might use that for. And I might even take one of the old propane bottles that I've set to one side because I was going to use it for this anyway, and so I got 2 over here. Now the one on the left I can still get refilled. The one on the right, because it has that 6-point handle on it, they won't refill those anymore. Now the tank is pretty good, and I can actually take it to a place and they'll change over that to that type of valve in this tank. Problem with that is that the cost of having that done and putting one of those valves into this tank ends up costing you as much as getting a new tank anyway. So what the heck, right? So this tank, I'm thinking, take the valve out, I'll cut the top handles off, and then I'll cut a hole in the top just the right size so that a cap will fit it, and then drill a hole in the bottom of it and put my ball valve in there, and this will be my oil container where I'll put the used oil in, pour all that used oil inside of that, and then when I'm ready to heat up, I just turn on the valve, let the oil start dripping, light off the burner, and get warm. Now there's some of the vegetable oil right there in that glass bottle that I've saved up over the years, and that can all burn. So why not, right? Good idea. Yes, sirree. Why do people say yes, sirree, Bob? Is there a special yes, sirree for Bob, or does everybody get the same yes, sirree? All right. Anyway, that's the plan, and I can get that started because I have the parts I need. And I was just going through my scrap metal buckets over there, and I found some heavy 1/2-inch copper pipe that I can use for making cable ends for my cables in the battery room. So I can get that those battery cables repaired, and that won't cost me anything either. I'll make those battery ends right here out of some copper pipe. So, and then while I'm going along, as I'm doing this stuff, I do try to move stuff around and try to organize a little bit more in here. So all that's going to get done this winter. I'm going to have everything all organized. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Don't forget your thumbs up. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe. That's the important one. Subscribe if you haven't already. And those of you who are subscribed, thank you. It gets greatly appreciated. And the more subscribers you get, the more money you can earn on YouTube. So I'm looking for that big 10K, and I am at 80 something right now. I think getting ready to go to 8,200 subscribers. And I love every one of you. Thank you for that, all of that, and this is G Bear signing off.